What's up, guys? The NFL Combine can be a stressful time for draft prospects who are being watched ever so closely by countless scouts and coaches. It's a crucial test that can determine if they'll rise or fall in the upcoming draft. Well, a large portion of 2019 draft prospects passed the Combine with flying colors. Without a doubt, they only enhanced their draft stock after displaying remarkable performances. Take note of these 10 players we're about to list and watch them go even earlier in the draft than you originally expected. I'm Biondo, and today we present 10 prospects whose stock skyrocketed after the 2019 NFL Combine. Don't forget to subscribe to TPS and put on your notifications because we post videos every single day. Every day's a new video, so subscribe. Why would you not? Number 10, Justice Hill. You're not hearing much about running backs in this year's draft class, but do keep a close eye on Justice Hill of Oklahoma State. Hill had perhaps the best Combine weekend out of all the running backs, highlighted by a 40-yard dash time of 4.40 seconds. That was tops among all running backs at the Combine. And by the way, he also had the best broad and vertical jumps, and the most bench press reps at 21. What more do scouts want to see? It's performances like that which helps players increase their value ahead of the draft. Hill suffered a hamstring injury during the Combine and had to sit out the rest of the drills, but he really couldn't have performed any better while he was out there. The earliest he probably goes is early in the second round, but that's okay. Plenty of gem running backs are found outside of round 1. Don't be surprised if Hill is the second running back taken after Alabama's Josh Jacobs. He easily had the best Combine weekend among all running backs. Again, you couldn't ask for much more from a guy at that position. He obviously separated himself from most of the other running back prospects. Number 9, Rashawn Gary. Named to the first All-Big Ten in his last 2 years at Michigan, Gary was one of the top-performing defensive linemen at the Combine. He's listed at 6'4" and just under 280 pounds. And wow, did he ever turn heads in Indianapolis. Gary recorded a 40-yard dash time of 4.58 seconds, which was the best for D linemen. He also had the best vertical jump at his position, which was measured at 38 inches. Gary went as far as calling himself the best player in the draft, period. Don't call that cockiness. That was pure confidence. He has every right to feel that way after his performance over the weekend. Rashawn Gary, take a bow. Your future is extremely bright, as evidenced by that powerful showing at the Combine. Number 8, Garrett Bradbury. The center out of NC State ran a 4.92 40-yard dash at the Combine, displaying remarkable speed and athleticism for an offensive lineman. Legendary NFL scout Gil Brandt had extremely high praise for Bradbury, going as far as saying that the Wolfpack product might have locked up a first-round selection, citing those 34 bench press reps as a big reason why. Obviously, drafting an offensive lineman in a class that is loaded with pass rushers and talented wide receivers is risky, but he might be too hard for some teams to pass up on. Deshaun Watson would take his game to another level in Houston, should the Texans finally supply him with a quality offensive line protection. He might not quite make it into the top 10 or even top 20, but he looks like a safe bet to go sometime in the first or very early second round. Bradbury had himself quite a special weekend. Number 7, Kyler Murray. And just like that, Nick Bosa is not going to be your first overall pick after all. Reports suggest the Arizona Cardinals are going to take Heisman Trophy winner Kyler Murray with the first overall pick in this year's draft. Yes, even though they drafted Josh Rosen in the first round just a year ago. The Cardinals have become fully enamored with the Oklahoma product. Here's a funny thing. Murray didn't actually compete at the Combine during the weekend. He didn't throw a single football, but that's totally fine. All the scouts really wanted to see was his measurements, and they were obviously pleased to learn that Murray stands at just over 5'10" and 207 pounds, with a pair of 9.5-inch hands, similar numbers to another star quarterback by the name of Russell Wilson. Some wondered if Murray would ever be a top 10 pick. Now Cardinals seem more than ready to take him with the top selection. They clearly buy his dual threat style, and new head coach Cliff Kingsbury seems positive he's found the new face of the franchise. Murray's stock has grown significantly before and after the Combine. In a draft class that is considered extremely weak for quarterbacks, Murray still figures to go first overall. That's a winner if we've ever seen one. Number 6, Devin Bush. How many linebackers have had such a dominant performance at the Combine like Devin Bush did? My God, it's one of those you had me at hello moments. Only Devin White posted a better time in the 40 than Devin Bush among all linebackers. The latter registered a time of 4.43. However, Bush's 40.5-inch vertical jump was tops at the position. Bush listed at 5'11" and 234 pounds. He displayed tremendous all-around athleticism and movements at the combine. Of course, most of the spotlight was on aforementioned White, whom many project to be the first linebacker taken. But even if White goes before Bush, don't expect the latter to be available much longer after that. Teams will be paying close attention to that speed and power he displayed at the combine. It's hard to know exactly where Bush will fall, but he certainly increased his chances of going at some point in the first round. Number 5, Devin White. As we just mentioned, White finished ahead of all the other linebackers in the 40-yard dash with a time of 4.42. White, a 2018 consensus All-American and two-time first-team All-SEC selection, is by far the most decorated linebacker in this class. It'd be quite a surprise if he wasn't the first player at the position to get selected. While Devin Bush had the best vertical jump among linebackers, White was right behind him at 39.5 inches. At this point, it's safe to say there is absolutely no debate that he's the best linebacker prospect available. White's a lock to go in the first round. It's just a matter of where he'll fall. Top 5 isn't all that crazy, and top 10 seems that much more likely following his performance at the combine. This guy has all the tools to be that franchise-changing linebacker a la Luke Kuechly in Carolina or Bobby Wagner in Seattle. Number 4, Noah Fant. Widely considered the best tight end prospect available, the Iowa product could not have done much better at the combine. It'd be quite the surprise at this point if he wasn't the first tight end taken. And who knows, the guy actually stands a chance of being selected in the top 10 to 15 picks of the draft. At 6'4", he ran a 4.50 40-yard dash at the combine. Caleb Wilson was second at 4.56, and no other tight end came close to matching Fant after that. He also had the best vertical and broad jump at his position, and it wasn't even close. When it was all said and done, he was easily the best performing tight end at the combine. You wonder if the New England Patriots would like a guy like him, since they need to find Rob Gronkowski's successor. Maybe the New Orleans Saints want a playmaking tight end to help Drew Brees. But the bottom line is this: he lived up to the hype at the combine and should be considered to be the locked first tight end taken. A 4.50 dash time for a 6'4", 249-pound tight end? You don't get that type of speed at that position very often. Number 3, DK Metcalf. Folks on social media were going crazy over Metcalf's ridiculous physical shape after this image went viral prior to the combine. And when it came to the actual combine, Metcalf, whom many peg as the best wide receiver in the 2019 draft class, did not disappoint one bit. Listed at 6'3" and 228 pounds, Metcalf's size is comparable to that of Julio Jones, who's only one of the best wide receivers in the NFL this decade. Metcalf posted a 4.33 40-yard dash time, and his broad jump was registered at 11 feet and 2 inches. We're not trying to say he's the next Julio Jones, but he sure looked like it in every aspect of the combine. All of a sudden, A.J. Brown doesn't look like a consensus top wide receiver in this draft class. Metcalf had it all on display during the weekend. His speed, excellent athleticism, and movement were all beyond impressive. This guy has the chance to be an absolute game changer right off the bat, and that's rare. Hey, the Buffalo Bills need to find a dynamic playmaker for Josh Allen, and the Arizona Cardinals could use somebody to fill Larry Fitzgerald's shoes. There's lots of wide receiver needy teams out there, and they'll all be giving Metcalf a hard look. Number 2, Parris Campbell. While many scouts, NFL pundits, and fans were going gaga over Kyler Murray and the pass rushers, let's not ignore some of the big-time wide receiver talents in the 2019 class. We already talked about Metcalf, and Ohio State wideout Parris Campbell couldn't have done much better at the combine. I mean, he might just have performed well enough to cement himself as the first-round pick come draft day. Campbell turned heads with a sensational 4.31 40-yard dash time, notably higher than the 4.49 dash that fellow wideout A.J. Brown posted. Campbell, listed at 6 feet and 205 pounds, displayed his impressive skill set to near perfection at the combine. He's no Odell Beckham Jr. or Julio Jones, but NFL teams value a lightning-quick wide receiver more than ever before. Campbell only enhanced his draft value with a breathtaking 40-yard dash. Boy, wouldn't he be a good fit for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers offense. Good luck stopping Devontae Adams and a guy with Campbell's speed. Number 1, Montez Sweat. Though the 2019 draft class is absolutely loaded with pass rushers, not too many folks had Mississippi State defensive end Montez Sweat going in the top 10. Some didn't even have him in the top 20 for that matter. But now Sweat's unbelievable performance at the 2019 Combine might have been enough for him to fall inside the top 10 picks. This 6'6", 260-pound product was easily the biggest winner at the Combine. Sweat ran a 4.41 40-yard dash, the fastest time in the modern era for a defensive lineman. That's insane. The previous record was held by Manny Lawson and Isaac Hilton, who both hit 4.44. Sweat won't be going before Nick Bosa or Quinnen Williams, but his value is only trending upwards. Scouts have praised Sweat for having the movement and quickness of a wide receiver. That, by the way, is amazing for a dude of his size. He dazzled at the Senior Bowl back in January. And now, Sweat followed it up with perhaps the greatest all-around combine performance ever for a defensive lineman. John Gruden, take note, this guy could replace Khalil Mack just fine. And the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins might want a guy like this who can go after Tom Brady. Don't even be shocked at this point if Sweat were to fall into the top 5. Pass rushers with this kind of speed and overall quickness almost never come around. Which prospect do you think impressed the most at the NFL Combine? Join us in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and TPS on social media. We post great content all the time. All the time, great content. Look at this. Look at these handles. Follow them. Go give it a look. See what we have to show. And then follow us. Why not? If you like this video, give it a like. It takes one click. Right down there. One click. Their phone's in your hand. It's right there. Just click it. If this is your first time around TPS, make sure to subscribe because we post videos every single day. Every day is a new video, so you have to subscribe. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo, and I'll see you next time.